top 5 favourite Skillcape perks. On screen now you can see a list of all the Skillcapes and all of the perks, and you can easily find this on the wiki if you want to see which ones you want to use, because there are a lot of them that do have very useful effects. But this video is going to be the 5 that I personally use the most and find the most useful for me. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of all my future content, and drop a like if you do enjoy the video. So let's start with 5th place. I've chosen the Magic Cape here because it's quite a useful ability. It's a nice quality of life one. It just involves you being able to swap your spellbooks at the bank if you equip it, which is pretty handy, and it means you don't have to go to either the middle of the desert to try and swap to Ancients and back, or all the way to Lunar Isles to swap to Lunars and back. And the fact that that's quite handy definitely makes it worthwhile as 5th position for me. In 4th place is the Rune Crafting Cape. It's another one that I use every single day, well, every single day that I'm online. And if you right click and activate on it, it tells you your personal rune, like the 3rd rune for the Rune Goldberg machine. And it just makes it a lot easier to find your way and saves you a lot of time when making your Viswax every day, which everybody should do because it's like a free 500k every single day for like doing 2 minutes work. So it's definitely worth the 4th place position for me. Coming in at 3rd place on the list is the Dungeoneering Skillcape. This is again another kind of quality of life one, but this provides absolutely tons of teleports. There are so many resource dungeons around, from anywhere from like the Edimus, Calgarian Demons. You can teleport to resource dungeons in mines. It's like a quick teleport to the Slayer Tower as well. There is a very big list of places where you can teleport with this, and it's just a very handy one to have in the bank just so you can teleport when you need it. And it's definitely one that I use very frequently, and quite helps with Slayer and stuff like that as well. So coming in at 2nd place, and the runner-up on my top 5 anyway of Skillcape perks, is the Slayer Cape. So there's actually 2 variations of this. You can have the Slayer Cape, and then you get the 120 Master Skill Cape as well. The Slayer Cape is very useful because it can teleport you to any of the Slayer Masters, which, as well as being handy for just teleports around while you're doing Slayer to like various Slayer dungeons and stuff like that, it can also make just getting a new task very quick if you keep it in your inventory at all times. It gets even better if you have 120 Slayer, because if you equip that one whilst you're getting a task, it then has like a 1 in 5 chance of you being able to choose whatever you want for your task, which is absolutely amazing. And you can just basically choose your favourite task fairly frequently without having to use any Slayer points to cancel anything or anything like that. And it's an absolutely amazing skill cape to have, and that's why it's coming in as the runner-up on this list. So here we are, we have made it to number 1 on the list, my personal favourite by a substantial margin skill cape perk, and it's definitely got to go to the Defense Cape. The ability of it being able to act as a sign of life is absolutely amazing. If you're maxed, it's something I would highly recommend putting as one of the free perks in your max cape. It's just absolutely amazing to wear if you're doing anything PVM related, and it can just save your life at so many times. The amount of times that I've died at Magister, Arax, or even God Wars Dungeon 2, but this thing has caught me, brought me back to life. It is absolutely amazing. It will save you so much money on deaths if you do any kind of PVM at any point, and it also means you get to finish your kill. It resets every single hour, so it's got like a 1 hour cooldown, and it's just always with you without even taking up the slot like you used to if you wanted to put a sign of life in there. For hardcore Iron Men, it's even better again. If you have got 99 defense, then it just can actually save your account if you've only got your last life left. And it's just an absolutely amazing perk to have on you at any time when you're doing combat, just for that little bit of extra security if you're AFKing or doing anything a bit challenging that you're not sure if you're going to die at. It's just absolutely amazing, and so it's definitely the worthy winner and getting number 1 position. And finally, I've got a couple of honourable mentions here. They're 2 that I didn't think were good enough to make the cut for the top 5 on their own, but if you have a max cape and you can put 3 perks in, they're definitely things that I would recommend putting in there alongside your defense skill cape perk. The strength one gives your dismember, if you're using melee, an extra 2 seconds, which is another 3 hits for free, which is just an extra bit of DPS really. And the invention one is pretty much useful for almost anything nowadays because everyone uses augmented gear, and it's just going to save you a little bit of money over time as you're going to be having 2% less charge drain rate, which is always handy. So that's definitely one that I'd recommend putting in there alongside the other two, and that's how I have my max cape set up, and how I personally would recommend for you guys to set yours up as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you did enjoy the video. Sorry if it looks a little bit stranger than normal. I've been trying to use a new editing software, which will hopefully in the future, once I've got the hang of it a bit better, allow me to make much more smooth and polished videos, and I can also render them in a higher definition as well, so they should look a lot more crisp for everybody to watch. But I am still getting used to it at the moment, but hopefully it won't take me too long and it'll look much better in the future. Until next time, see ya.